There we go. We're now going to work on the head. It's going, this is moving. Alright, gotta make sure it's recording. Never know for sure. Nothing worse than recording a video and then it didn't record. Because you have to make the whole puppet all over again. Unlike maybe lectures or that, where you can just edit. When you're making a craft, and that camera messes up, the whole project has to be done all over again. That is frustrating. Okay, what we're going to have here, we're going to work on our head. The top head pattern, I'm going to need 2 of these. I'm lining this up with the flush part of the foam. This is 1/2-inch foam. If you go to puppetbuildingworld.com, on our resources page, there's a link. You can get this probably the best price I've found is on Amazon. No surprise. Alright, then put a couple pins to hold that where I want it. This is the head pattern we made. One. We're going to need 2 of these. If you're going to make multiples of this puppet, if you're going to use this pattern again and again, then I would recommend mounting this pattern or tracing it onto a heavy piece of cardboard, not corrugated, or even on the plywood. I see people put their patterns on plywood and cut them on the jigsaw, and they always have that pattern. And that's, if you're making a whole bunch with the same pattern, head style, that's the ticket. But definitely get on something firmer if you plan on using it over and over again. There's my chin pattern. I'm going to make one of the chin pattern. And if you don't like the way these turn out when we glue them together, you can always go back and make new patterns. You can just fine-tune it. Sometimes you can fine-tune the foam after you've cut it out. One thing I've got to do, since this is the full front, I need to mark the centers of where the mouth will be. I don't need to mark both. I'm going to mark both just in case I forget which one's the front, which one's the back. And the center of the chin. And we'll be lining the centers of the foam up with the centers we marked on our mouth plate. Now, foam can be cut with a razor blade, or it can be cut with scissors. It will ruin scissors, so don't use good scissors. Temporarily, I'm just going to rough this out. These scissors here have been around. I've been using these for a long time. At one time, they were a good pair, but as they wore out and got old, I use them on the foam. Get my razor blade. Try to keep your cuts straight up and down. unless you have a specific reason to bevel them. Try to keep them straight up and down. A nice flush straight edge. I can save this piece of foam. Find something to do with it. Just cutting around the edge of the foam where I patterned it. You have to cut out those darts. And you take the old scissors and fix that edge a little bit. This is going to end up being our chin. When we pinch that all together, that'll give us a nice rounded chin. You'll see that when that comes together. Cut out the head pieces. Again, trying to keep the razor blade perpendicular to the foam. Now, working with foam is very forgiving, so it's kind of nice. You know, if you mess something up, you can fix it down the road. That looks pretty nice. Just a little off here at the edge. Now I will use an adhesive remover on these later on my own time to remove some of that glue I got on them. Now I thought if I use a sharpening stone, or I could use for knives, you can put a little bit of an edge on them, make them last longer. They're never going to be as good as new once you've dulled them with the foam. Here we go. Coming right along. I have found it's easier to start in the middle of the foam than on the edge. I try to cut from the edge, it wants to pull. Try to cut from the edge, it wants to pull. If I start here, it just rips right through. So I started up here to cut that instead of that way. So just a little trick with the foam. Rather than starting at the edge, try to start where you can kind of dig in. Fingers are a little sticky. One thing, it's great when you have glue all over your fingers. I'm going to show you this. I love this. This is detach all. This they use to remove. In movies, they glue on latex pieces on part of facial costumes and that, like scars, and it removes adhesive. That is great. This is Oops. Oops is also very good. Just put some on my fingers, I can get that adhesive, that glue right off. One other one I have here is called Goo Gone. Again, A little bit of this to get some of that sticky right off my fingers and off my scissor blades. So I'll be doing that later today, off camera. Okay. So I have my 3 pieces for my puppet head. What to do? Now let's start with the chin. We'll use contact cement again. I like the contact cement with the foam. With the chin, just need to put it in those 3 darts. That's the part of the chin we'll be gluing. It's just those 3 darts. And then we'll be putting the mouth plate inside here. I'll glue that later. And with the head, now with the head pieces, I'm going to do inside the darts. I'm also going to do everything except the bottom. Do not do the bottom piece. Do all the rest, all the way around that whole half circle, which we know isn't really a circle. Unless you're making a round head puppet, that really would be. And again, don't get the contact cement on too thick. If it's too thick, it just takes longer to get tacky. You won't get really a better bond. If you're worried about getting enough glue for a better bond, enough contact cement for a better bond, put it on light, let it dry so it's tacky, and put on a second coat, and let that get dry and tacky. Do not put on one thick coat. It's better to put on a thin coat, let it dry, a second thin coat, if you feel you want extra cement for extra strength. I found usually it's not necessary. I'm going to take my hairdryer, I'm going to go off stage. And I don't want to blow things around the table. But I just blow the edges for a little bit. Something picked up from BJ Geyer. Makes it go real quick. Pinch this. Pinch this. Pinch this. Look at that. There we go. We have a half dome. I've already glued this, so that's dry and waiting on this piece. But the hairdryer makes that tacky right away. So it's really handy to have. But again, it's not necessary that you use the hairdryer. You just let your piece sit for about 10 minutes. It should get nice and tacky. Not wet, dry, but not dry, tacky dry. Okay. Probably not doing this on camera a lot, but if I drip, I don't want to drip on my cutting pad. So I've gone all the way around into the darts and around, but not the bottom. I'm going to take this off stage, off camera, dry this. I'm just sticking this together. Get that pinched real good. Pinchy, pinchy, pinchy. Pinching those darts, close those darts. Now that glue was, if we had not dried the glue with the hairdryer, if we don't let it sit to get tacky, that's not going to hold. You can pinch all day, it won't stick. like here. It's not quite dry there, so it's kind of splitting. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of splitting. It's dry enough. It is going to hold. There we go. There we go. Now we got 2 halves. Next step is to put these together. Line up your darts. Line up your seams. Okay, line those darts up. We're going to line up at the bottom. And that way I can pinch this together. Sometimes it looks like maybe, oh, is that side longer or not longer? But the foam's got a little stretch to it, just a little bit. So line up your darts. See, this dart's way off here. What I can do, I haven't pinched that yet. Line that dart up. There we go. And now pinch that together and it evens itself right out. Go to the bottom, get my bottom together, and then come up. I'm pinching all these seams very good. And you'll notice right here, right now, we got little points. Little points on our foam head, little points where these things are glued together. And this is real simple. Something I picked up from Drew Allison at Gray Seal Puppets. Just turn it inside out. Turn inside out. All those points have disappeared. This is the top half of our puppet head. Now, got our chin. Our chin's been drying. I didn't blow on it with a blow dryer. Let's see if it dried enough to get tacky. It did. See, so you don't need the hair dryer. Probably could have sat a little bit longer. I'm going to give it a quick shot. It needs to sit just a little longer. It would have needed to sit probably another 5 minutes because that wasn't a full 10 minutes there. Get those pinched. There we go. Now if you're going to paint the foam and not cover it with fleece, you definitely want those ink marks on the inside. I'm just turning the inside out to get rid of the points. But there's our chin. You'll see how nice that is. Now we take our mouth. We made our mouthpiece. Remember, this goes on the bottom. This goes on the top. This is where the chin goes here. There's 2 ways to put on the chin. You can put the darts at the bottom, which is pretty much normal. You could, if you wanted to, put the darts at the top. The darts go on the bottom. We'll put a line of contact cement right in here. And a line of contact cement right along here. Right along that straight edge inside the mouth, inside the chin. Little shot. Now, I make sure that's the chin that goes on the bottom of the mouth. The bottom of the mouth is where the thumb tube is. This is the bottom. I keep saying it because I, one time, messed up. And you don't want to do that. So get the contact cement on and dried. You have to throw the whole thing away. You will not be able to fix it if you put the chin on the wrong side of the mouth. glue in there. Contact cement good on that edge. What I'm going to do, since I'm going to have to do the top later anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get some up here too. I'm going to go ahead and do the top. I'll be doing that for the attach it to the top of the head part. So I'm just, I don't know, probably doing some of this off camera. I apologize. Hopefully you can see and understand what I'm doing. So I got some good contact cement all the way around the edge of that mouth. Give it a quick shot. And now, again, thumb tube, chin. I marked the center of the mouth here. You see, I don't know if you can see this. We marked the center of our mouth plate. We have a mark of the center of the chin. I'm going to put the center on the center. Get that perfectly lined up. I'm going to bring this around right to the edge. Tack that in. The other side, same thing. If you need, remember the foam has a little bit of stretch. So if you need to stretch it a little bit, you can. That looks good. You say that doesn't look perfect. That looks good. Actually, it looks pretty good. If I was going to paint the foam, this would be fine. Okay, I'm going to be covering it with fleece. That's looking good right there. Now for the top of the head, don't put the glue all the way around. You're only going to do one half of the head, right inside here, just one half, and that'll go, and then that'll go there. Don't go all the way around. I'll get this glue in here, it's cement. Just half the head. I had my center line marked. The beautiful thing about this head is if you weren't going to cover it with fabric, you were just going to paint the foam or leave the foam raw, you have no seams on the face. So that's really a nice plus. With the two-piece head patterns, which have the mouth already attached, you always have a center line on the face, which means if you leave raw foam, you're going to see the center line. With this, if you want to use raw foam, there is no center line on the face. Here's the next step. Again, center of the mouth. You can see that little black dot. Center inside the head. Center to center. You know, I gotta shoot this first. I gotta dry that out. There we go. Center to center. Then that edge to the edge. And that edge to the edge. That'll lock right in. There we go. I'm going to close it and give it a nice squeeze all the way around. Get that some pressure. Get some pressure. Get that in there. And